It's a return many thought they'd never see.
Ghostbusters. Yes, we're back.
And a return to the original firehouse in downtown Manhattan together for the first time in over 30 years.
What was it like walking in here?
I flashed on the scene where I bring the Ecto home for the first time.
You can't park that here!
We shot that kind of in the entrance here.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the night?
The franchise was a cultural phenomenon.
All right. This chick is toast!
That helped rocket Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson
Got your stick?
to a rare level of global celebrity.
Beat him up!
Paul, I remember sitting down with you, seemed like a year or two ago, asking you, what do you have coming up next? You said, I can't tell you much about it, but I am involved in one of the most iconic franchises. Were you thinking to yourself, there's going to be added stress and pressure to fulfill the expectations?
There wasn't any hesitation. It was really just excitement. One, because I'm, a fan of the franchise. I love these guys like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Jason. Excuse me, there's a fire.
Yeah.
I hate this. I like to torture them.
What was your original fandom of the 1984 classic Ghostbusters?
The cast. I think, like everybody in this room, just tripping out that I'm sitting in the firehouse with them right now. It's the coolest thing ever. The movie's iconic. They're iconic.
Hey, where do these stairs go? They go up.
A lot of the success goes to Rick and Sigourney, and then Bill's performance as a comic leading man, and then just the solidity of Ernie's presence and the cerebral influence of Harold.
That's what you wanted to say, Paul. That's what you should have said.
Yeah. I wanted to leave that for Dan.
You better bring him inside.
The latest sequel will be without Harold Ramis, who died in 2014.
Oh, nice shooting, Tex.
Ramis wrote the original scripts with Aykroyd and played Ghostbuster Egon Spengler in the first two films.
That first meeting was like, he was, I know how we're going to do this. I know how this is going to work. Follow my lead here. It's going to happen in the way that we all want it to. So I just basically sat down with him as the lead writer, and without him, we wouldn't have the intelligent, wonderful writing that came out of it.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
The original's always been like a really big part of my life. Even though I've met you guys and worked with y'all, it's just still really, really weird to, like Mr. Paul said, like be in the firehouse with the Ecto, with the original Ghostbusters.
15-year-old McKenna Grace first saw the original when she was only 3 years old. She plays the granddaughter of Egon Spengler in the new sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Did I hit it? It's very emotional for a Ghostbusters film, and I think that that's really special for people to be able to watch. Like in the theater, I'm looking around and I'm seeing like people crying, and it's really special to be able to see that our film has that kind of an impact on people. I'm just excited for people to be able to watch it and be excited about all of the callbacks and throwbacks.
Callbacks, the throwbacks, the Easter eggs,
The
all
Easter
of
eggs,
that.
it's so cool.
People would describe this franchise as cross-generational. Why do you think it resonates with so many different eras of fans?
I've seen old people with their grandkids and they're all laughing. Not many movies do that. So, and I think there's a part of us that always wonders about the supernatural, who's in the closet when they turn the light out. And Ghostbusters dealt with it in a way that was brave and funny, and I think that's why people respond to it.
Bill, there was an interview you did with Oprah back in the 80s. And it was you, Dan, Ernie, Harold. And she asked,
were you even a little surprised by the success of the first one?
and you jumped in right away and you said,
No.
Really?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all.
how did you know?
When you are a man, you know. You are not yet man, you are still boy. But when you are a man, you know it's big. We had been shooting, and we had Thanksgiving at Ivan Reitman's house, and he happened to show us just a little piece of something that we shot when we caught the first ghost. And I went back to work that day and said, guys, we can all relax. this is going to be really, really big.
You had a feeling.
I knew right away. The stuff was so funny, tearing up that hotel ballroom. I mean, the first 45 minutes of Ghostbusters is about as funny as a movie can be. That's these guys writing this stuff. But it was, everything was just hanging there.
You drove the ship, man. You put the throttles to it, man. Wow. The greatest comedy leading man of his generation.
Is it a star?
It is a star.
Very good. That's great.
Hey,
You are named the sexiest man alive, Paul. Thinking back on this film, was it hard to shoot with just normal humans?
That's a great question.
almost unfair, really.
Yeah, you are the sexiest man alive, Paul.
No, I don't think it's true.
I agree with Paul. I don't believe that Paul is the sexiest man alive, but I couldn't be happier that Paul has to answer these kinds of questions for the rest of his life. All the firemen are looking at you like, Jesus.
I see a lot of sexy firemen in here.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, they're the ones with the calendars.
We have a runner for sexiest person in the firehouse right now, Rich Colucci.
Okay, bring him forward. We'll have him stand next to Paul and see which one the camera picks up.
There he is.
Rich looks good. Can we get a side-by-side? Rich is handsome.
I give it to Rich.
I think it's Mr. right here.
It's not even close. I mean, look at this. Who can pull off like a winter jacket and shorts? Rich can.
I don't know what the weather is outside, how he's dressed.
I tell you, it's cold outside, but it's hot by Rich.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.